guys, welcome to Tech Design. I hope everyone is doing good, and in this tutorial we will talk about surface modeling practice example, and this is a Coca-Cola bottle. So we are going to design this in surface modeling workbench using a Unigraphics software. So before going to that, I'll be uploading more and more videos on surface modeling in future. So I can see that there is a lot of people looking for surface model practices. So I'll be uploading most of the videos on surface modeling in future. So please subscribe to my channel and share my videos with your friends and colleagues. So today's topic is about Coca-Cola bottle design. So let us go into a new file and start creating this. So I'll just go to file and new. Okay, here if you want you can change the units and click OK. Okay, this is our work coordinate system, and we have a surface tab command here. So if this is not visible for you, you can just right click here and activate this surface. Okay, here is the surface. If you want, you can just activate it, then you will be able to see the surface. If this is not possible, you can always have the menu insert and surface options over here, and also some mesh surface options over here. So let's start with this modeling. Okay, I'll just go to Sketcher environment and let me select this plane and click OK. So I'm just going to draw one rectangle, and let us hit D for dimensioning. So this dimension will be of 30.5. So 30.5, and this dimension will be 212.5. okay, so let us make this as a construction line. So I'll just make everything in a construction. So go to here and select a sketch, and okay, go here and select a curve, and then you can easily select the curves and right click, make it as a construction. Okay, so now we have this simple rectangle with the dimension of 30.5 and 212.5. so I'm just going to draw an actual sketch using which we can create in Coca-Cola bottle. So I'm just starting from here, and this is here, and let me draw one more line here. I'll first draw these lines, and later we can just give the dimension to constrain it properly. And let me take an arc here, so 3-point arc. Okay, and one more arc from this line. Okay, and one more arc from this to this. Okay, so make sure that these all three arcs are tangent, and as well as this line with a line as well as it is having a tangency. So I'll press C for geometrical constraints and go to tangency. So let us give tangent between these two and this two. This is already existing, and you can see this what is the vertical line here. So this is already tangent, and this is also already tangent. So let us close this. So now I have arcs here and the lines. So let us give some dimensions to this. So I'm going to have rapid dimensioning here. So let me select a line. Okay, this line should be 12.5. okay, now let me constrain this point to this point. So press C and go to point, select this point, and okay, let us hide this. Okay, and make this as outside. Okay, now I'll just give the dimension for this. This dimension will be of 14 mm. So let us go to this and give it is 14 mm. and this will be 6 mm. Let us delete this, it's not required as of now. Okay, now this dimension will be of 0.5. Okay, and there is an arc here. This arc is of 40 mm, and there is one more arc here. This is of 23 mm, and we need one more arc between these two, so I'm just going to reduce this, and let me go to arc and select these two and make an arc here. This should be of 200 mm. Okay, yeah, now we have this sketch, and let me make this as a tangent. So okay, these two are tangent now. Okay, and these two should be tangent, and we have one dimension from this point to this top, that is 57.5. so let us give that dimension from here to here. It is 57.5. okay, now as you can see here, the sketch is fully constrained now. So we will draw this line continuously, and here we have a shape like this. Let me trim this extra line. Okay, now what I will do is I will just draw the line here from this point to the downwards, and let us give dimensions. So from this point to this line it is 25 mm. okay, and this line will be 1.1 mm, so I'll give 1.1 mm for this, and this length is 40 mm. okay, now as you can see, the sketch is fully constrained, so we have given all the dimensions over here. Now we have this bottom portion, so bottom portion will be having some arcs, so I'm just going to draw an arcs here. This is one arc which is tangent to this line, and also there will be one more arc, and from this arc there is one more arc. So let me make a tangency between these two lines. So I'll press C and give tangency between these two as well, and also this line should be tangent to this line. Okay, yeah, so let us give some dimensions to this. So I'll go to radial dimension, and this should be 46. okay, and this should be 6 mm, and this should be 25 mm, and there is one more length dimension we need to give, linear dimension. From this point to this point it is 7.5. okay, now this is the first sketch, which is a bigger sketch. As you can see here, we have been drawing from this point, and if you want you can just note down the dimensions. So let me finish this sketch. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to revolve this. So go to revolve command, and make sure you are selecting a feature curve. You can also select a single curve and connected curves for this, but if you select a single curve, you need to select each and every lines separately. So what I'll do is, to make it simple, I'm just going to have a feature curve there, and we need to specify the vector, and the point should be at this 0, 0, 0 point, and let me make it as a sheet. So because since we are making it in surface modeling, we should keep it as a sheet, and click OK. So now you can see here our outer body of this model is done. So now what I'll do is, I'll just go to Sketcher environment again, and you can select any vertical plane and click OK. So now let us draw some more lines here. So I'm just going to draw lines, and then later we can just make a constraints. That is not a big deal. Okay, yeah. So we have these lines here, so you can directly quickly draw these lines. So now what I will do is, I will just give the dimensions for this, or also I will just give constraints. So first of all, let me give constraints. So press C for constraints. So I want to make this point on this curve and this point on this curve. Also I want to make these two lines equal, so I'll just give equal length between these two and close this. Now we'll go to dimensioning. So from this point to the bottom, it is 65. Okay, and between these point to this, it is 60. Okay, and from one point to this, it is 30. So it means these two lines will be symmetric. And now we are left with this dimension. So before going to that, I will just trim this. Okay, now let me give dimensions to this line. So this line will be 25 mm. Okay, yeah, we have this. Okay, I think let me extrude this a little bit, and we have to give some arc dimension for this. So this should be 46 mm. Okay, so I guess all the dimensions are done. If you want to constrain this, you need to trim off these dimension extra lines, and then give the dimensions it is as required. So I'm just keeping this as it is, and I'll finish the sketch. Okay, now we have a sketch here. So we need only this one arc, and then one line, and this arc to be extruded. So let us go to extrude. Here you don't need to select a feature curve. As soon as you select a feature curve, entire curves will be selected. So what I will do is, I'll just go to single curve and switch off this, select this line and this arc. So let us give symmetric value, keep it as a sheet, and click OK. So now as you can see here, we have two sheets. So using these two sheets, I want to trim this whatever the middle portion of the bottle. So let me trim this using a trim sheet command. So we have a trim sheet here. So instead of selecting this as a trim sheet, I am going to select the inner portion, because we need to discard this using these two tool bodies. Okay, these two targets. So as soon as you select this discard body, and you can select these two, so this will be trimmed. So if you select the outer, and if you do keep, so you need to make it one more time for the other end. So that is why we have selected a discard. Now what I have to do is, I have to discard this sheet as well. So using this, click apply. In the same way, I am just going to do it on for this. Okay, so now as you can see here, our bottle middle portion is trimmed. In the same way, I'm just going to make this trim at an angle of 45 degree. So as you can see here, this is on this ZX plane. So I will create in one more plane with a 45 degree angle. So go to datums and reset this. Now go to at an angle. So my reference, planar reference will be this, and my axis will be Z axis, and let us give it as a 45 degree and click OK. So to create how datum planes, how we need to create, all these are explained in my tutorials. If you have not checked, go to my channel and check them because they are very useful. I'm just going to increase the size of this plane so that it is visible. Okay, now let us go to Sketcher environment again and click here. Okay, so here I'm going to draw one more sketch, and now let us have an arc here. In the same way, I'm just going to draw it on this as well. Okay. Okay, now let me draw two lines here. Let me give symmetries for these two. So my center line will be this, and let me give a dimension between this to this as 30. Okay, so now we have some dimensions like 20 mm from this point. So this arc should be 20 mm distance from this point. So in order to do that, what I will do is I'll just take an intersection point. So this is our intersection point. So as soon as you select this, you can see the point here. Click OK, and let me give some dimensions. Okay, from this point to this line it is 20, and this arc will be of 40 mm. So let us go to an arc of 40 mm. Okay, take this and keep it here, and this point should be on this curve. So let us give point on a curve. On the same way, I'm just going to do it on the other side as well. Make this as an equal length. So I'll go to here and make this as an equal length, and also this point should be on this arc. Okay, I think now this is more than enough, and now click finish. So now what I will do is I will just extrude this line, arc. So this arc I'm just going to extrude with a symmetric value and keep this as a sheet and click OK. So I want to trim this other portion now. Okay, so go to trim sheet, and I'm going to trim this using this. Click apply. I think this sheet is not required anymore. And now what I will do is I'll just trim this sheet using this. Click OK. Okay, now as you can see here, our sheet is trimmed off here as well as here. So now what we can do is we have to draw one more sketch on the top plane. I'll just hide these sketches. Okay, so let us go to sketch again and click on this, and I need to draw a simple circle here with a diameter of 59. Okay, now finish the sketch, and this sketch should be projected on this surface and this surface as well. So let us go to curve and then project curve and select this. Now it should be projected on this. Let me give a vector as this. As you can see here, we have a projection, and keep it as non-associative and click OK. Okay, now in the same way I'm just going to do it on this face as well. select this. So this is the object and vector is this. Click OK. So now as you can see here, we have two circles here and as well as here, the two different surfaces. So now what I will do is I'll just go to sketcher environment again, and this is my sketcher environment now. So now what I will do is I'll just draw an arc here. Before going to draw an arc, I need some points, so I'll just create the points. So I need an intersection point for this curve. So now click apply, and as you can see here, one point is created, and I'm just going to create it in other side as well. Click apply. So we can have one more point here. In the same way, I'm just going to do it in the other top side. Click apply and then select this, reverse this, and click apply. Okay, we have 2 points here. So I'm just going to draw an arc here. So go to arc and select this point and this point. Okay, same way I'm going to do it on the other side as well, from this point to this point. Okay, sorry guys, so 3-point arc. Oops. From this point to this point there is an arc, and click geometric constraints, and I will just give. Okay, now let us give some dimensions to this. This is 76. Okay, and the same way this is also 76. Now our sketch is fully constrained, so let us finish the sketch. In the same way, I'm just going to now select the other side of the plane, and in the same way I'm just going to create intersection points, and here 1 point, and reverse this, and one more point on this side and this side. Okay, same way, select this, click apply, select this, reverse, and click OK. Okay, okay, here is the point. So we have 4 points here. So in the similar way, I'm just going to create an arc. Okay, one arc is here, and my second arc should be this. Okay, now let me give some dimensions to this. This arc radius should be 110. So this as well 110. Okay, now finish the sketch. So now as you can see here, we have 4 arcs here. So let me hide these sketches, it will make some confusion. Okay, now we have 4 arcs with 2 circles on this face and this face. So we have to create an through curve mesh sheet with this arcs. So let us go to surface modeling and through curve mesh. So this is my first curve. Sorry, let us give single curve on stop at intersection. So I have selected this curve, and my next set will be this, and let us select cross curves. So this is my first cross curve. Okay, it should be single curve, stop at intersection. This is my first curve, and this is my second curve. So as you can see here, our sheet is generated, and click Okay, similar way I have to do it on all the three sides. So let us go to through curve mesh again, and single curve and stop at intersection. So this curve is my first primary curve, and this is my second primary curve. Now I'll select the cross curves. This is my first cross curve, and this is my second cross curve. So now what I will do is I will just give a continuity, because if you give a continuity, we'll have a smooth transition between the two surfaces. So let us go to first curve and give some tangency between these two, this curve. Okay, now we have done the second surface, and click OK. So in the same way, I am just going to do it on the two side as well. So if you are confused about through curve mesh, you can go to my tutorial on through curve mesh command, and you will check it. Just check that and you will understand how to work with this through curve mesh. This is very important command when you are working on a surface modeling. Okay, in surface should be this. Click apply. Okay, in the same way, I'm going to do it on the other side as well. So first curve will be this, and my second primary curve will be this. Cross section curve will be this, and another cross section curve will be this. Okay, now previously we are having only first curve as a tangency. Now I will give tangency for the first and last curve. This is my first curve tangency, and last curve tangency will be this. Click OK. So now as you can see here, we have a beautiful surface generated on this bottom surface. So let me hide these things now as of now, and as you can see here, we have a surface here. This surface should be trimmed. So go to trim shape and select this surface and select this, okay, this line, and it should be discarded, and click OK. In the same way, this should be discarded, and my boundary will be this projected curve. Click apply. Okay, now let us show these lines, surfaces. So let me, now as you can see here, our surface is almost done. So once this is done, we will sieve this sheet. So go to sieve command and select this single sheet and select the entire surface. Click OK. So once this is sieved, now if you check the inside portion of the bottle, you will have solid body. As you can see here, solid body. So this we have already discussed why it is in solid in our sieve command. So go to sieve command tutorial, you will understand how that works. So now what we have to do is we have bottom portion of the bottle. So for that I will just go to sketcher environment, and let me draw a simple sketch on this plane. Let me show this and go to sketcher environment. Okay, I will draw a simple line here. Okay, let me give some dimensions to it. So we have an angle here between these two, that is 122.3. okay, and now let us give some dimensions here. It should be 3.1. okay, and from this point to this point it is 25 mm. okay, and also we have a length for this, so this length should be 19.5. okay, this sketch is done. It is just an guide curve. So let us give finish. Now what I have to do is I have to create a datum plane on this point and go to sketcher on that plane. So first of all, this point I'm just going to create a datum plane. Sorry guys. Click OK. So now let us go to sketcher environment on this plane. Hit OK. Okay, now we have this. We have one surface here, one sketch here. We need to draw sketch. So let us go to sketch and draw two lines and one arc. Okay, this is tangent on this side, so let us make a tangency on this side as well, and let us make it as a symmetric. So go to symmetric and select these two and this. Okay, now we have to give some dimensions here. So there is a line here. With this line we have some distance of from this arc. So what I will do is I will just extract this line. For that I will just go to project and select this line and click OK. So we have projected this line, and let me simply fix it. And now we have a dimension from here to this line. Okay, this line, it is sorry, not this line. I'll draw one more line between these to this, and we have a dimension. So this dimension should be 2.8 mm. So let us give 2.58 mm, and we have an angle of 45 degree here. So let us give an angle between this to this as 45, and we have an arc here with a radius of 3 mm. Okay, and we also have this closure, and this dimension should be 20 mm. So let us draw 20 mm from this to this. Okay, now the sketch is fully constrained. Let us finish the sketch. Okay, now what I will do is I will draw one more arc here. So go to sketch environment and select this plane, click OK, and this arc should have been starting from this point. So I'll just create an interception point for this arc, click OK. As you can see here, one point is visible, so this arc should start from that point. So select this point. Okay, and this arc dimension should be 36 mm. So let us give 36 mm, and this point should be on this Z axis. So press C, go to point on curve. Okay, and now what is left? We have to give some dimensions here. So this dimension should be 6 mm. So go to dimension and give this as a 6 mm. Okay, now let us finish this sketch. So I have to keep this on static wireframe, so because I can need to see this line. Now we'll go to swept command. Swept here, and my cross section will be this. So let us give it as a single curve and select all these curves. Okay, and my guide curve will be this line. So keep it as a solid because we have already solid model here. Let us finish the sketch. Now as you can see here, we have this bottom of the bottle. Let us trim this. So go to trim body. So I'm just going to trim this using this. oops, sorry guys, trim sheet, this is my body and this is the one, and I need to make it as opposite direction. Click OK. So once you hide this, as you can see here, we have this beautiful cutout here. I'm just going to pattern this now in order to get it in all the directions. So go to pattern feature command. So it will be available here, pattern feature. So if this is not available here, you can directly go to menu, insert, associative copy. So you'll have all the patterns here. So now I'm going to select this feature and it should be circular, and my vector will be this, and point should be this, and I need a 5 quantities with a 360 degree angle of span, and click OK. So now as soon as you click OK, as you can see here, bottom portion is completely trimmed off. Okay, now I have some edge blends to give. So I'll give 5 mm as an edge blend for this. So this is 5 mm. So in the same way, I'm just selecting all the other curves. Okay, and we also have some dimensions to give for this as well. So let us select this and give it as a 1 mm, and select this outer edges. Okay, these are the 3 outer edges. Click apply, and we have an inner edge here. If inner edge is taking 1 mm, you can directly give that. If it is not taking, you can just reduce this. Okay, I think we did not have any edge blend here. Let me give this edge blend separately. Okay, yeah. So now we are left with this top portion of the bottle. So now what I will do is I will just go to make a shell before going to this threading. So go to shell command. We have a shell command over here, yeah, and select this top face, and from top face it is 0.6 mm, and I have to select a different for this and this and this. It should be 0.75 both for these surfaces, and click OK. So as soon as you click OK, as you can see from the inside, we have a hollow shape of bottle. If you want, you can go to click view. So as you can see here, we can see it properly. Okay, so now let us go to the threading here. For that, I'll just go to sketcher environment and select plane, click OK, and here I have to do some sketch. So go to this profile and let me create a profile here. This one line. Okay, this is a simple sketch I'm going to draw here. So I need this point, so I'll just create a point here. Okay, this is my point. Now this line should be on this point, so let us point on a curve, and this point, press C. So this point should be on this. Okay, and it should also, this point should be also on this point. Select the point. Okay, now we'll give some dimensions to this. So from this point to this line, it is 1 mm. Okay, now between this point to this line, it is 2.3 mm, and this should be 2 mm, and there is an angle of 30 degree between this to this. Okay, and now we are having some arc here, so let us give a radius for this. So this is 1.8 mm. Okay, so now let us give some fillet for this. So press F for fillet. Okay, and this is 0.5, and this is also 0.5. Okay, and now we have this length dimension, so this length will be 1 mm. Okay, and we have a height here. We need to define this height, so let me go to dimension, and this height should be 1.5 mm. Okay, yeah, now we have this sketch. We are left with one more constraint. Let me check. I think this length is the one more dimension that is missing, so this length should be 5.5 mm. Okay, so this is the sketch we need to draw. Let us finish the sketch, and now what I will do is I will just going to revolve it. Okay, go to revolve command and make sure feature curve is selected. Okay, not a feature curve. Go to static wireframe. Okay, feature curve would work. Okay, so go to feature curve and select this, specify the vector, and the point should be any point at the center. Let us unite this with this body. Click OK. So now as you can see here, we have this bottom portion. So now we are left with only the threading option on the top side. So what I will do is, for that I'll just go to curve and helix. So I'm going to select this point, and it should be on the reverse direction with a 1.5 mm of offset. So let us give 1.5 mm of offset, and you can keep these dimension as it is, 25 mm as the value, and value will be 3 mm, and my start point and end point should be 0 to 8. Okay, now I need to draw a simple sketch here. So go to datum plane and select this point. Select this point, click OK, and go to sketch on that plane. Here is our sketch. So I'll quickly draw a circle here, which is at the center of this. Let me create a 0.5 mm. Click finish. Okay, so let us make it as a swept. So this is the curve and this is the guide curve. Now as you can see here, we have a thread here, and this thread should be united with the body. So let us unite this body. Okay, yeah. So this completes our tutorial for Coca-Cola bottle. So this is how we can make this bottle, guys. Looks similar to Coca-Cola bottle. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, as well as share my videos, guys. Thank you.